I ain't never seen a man that I f***ing need, bitch. You're all replaceable. Don't ever get too comfortable and don't ever think otherwise. You're a guest in this household, and you can be kicked out just as quickly as you were welcomed in.
Hey, listen. You didn't need to post that. Why? Why did you post it? It's too late now to delete it. Now we just have to live with it. 'Cause it's too close to you.
You're all replaceable. Don't ever get too comfortable and don't ever think otherwise.
War isn't a game, girl.
That's funny. Soldier 76 said the same thing.
You spend your second chance at life walking a lonely road.
No one cares, monk.
Someone always cares. You must simply seek them out.
I shouldn't be surprised you took his side.
You never gave me much choice. Wanna know what Martina's been up to?
Not interested.
That's not what my tracker says.
Are you ever tempted to contact your wife?
No,
Afraid she would try to kill you?
I'd be surprised if she didn't.
Your body seems to be adapting well to the changes, Gabriel.
This is what you call well.
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turning on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. Today's video is going to be about this woman. I forget the name of the show because I mix the names up. I know each one of them have different characters on there. Like one has Tia Mowry, and then there's one with Whoopi Goldberg. I think this is one with Whoopi Goldberg. I think this is The View, I think. And I thought this was off air. Or was it one? Okay, one of them went off air. Anyway, this woman, I don't know her name. I don't care about her name. She said this thing on national television. And if a man has said this about women, he would have been canceled or fired the next day. I'm not calling for this woman's job because it's looking more and more to me that the West, the U.S. is lost. Are there good women here? Yes. But the fact, like with the laws, with the biased view of the, what's the word that you call them? Of the mass media, of people in general, when women do things, a lot of us look the other way. Men look the other way. Women look the other way. Worse still, some people will laugh and some people will defend it. For example, and I'm trying to think of a good one right here. Oh, well, you already saw my first video. The first video, well, the clip that I had with this woman. I could never find the original version because someone had wrapped that other stuff onto there of things that men do. And yes, there are women that do some of those same things. But because men are more readily to put themselves on the line and to defend the women, like women and children first, we will go first. We will defend you, obviously, because a lot of us are bigger and stronger, and we usually take pride in that. But I just noticed with the years that have went by, especially past well, it's always been there in the Black community of how a lot of women look down on men, unless if you are Pookie and Ray Ray or Chad or Tyrone. But most of the average dudes, they look down on. And when those dudes, those Chads and Tyrones, Pookie and Ray Rays, break that woman's heart, then she will say all men, and that's a lie because you only pick a certain type of dude, even though the way a lot of the women from that part of town act, that is probably what they should stay and stick with. Okay, I would just say the same thing with a dude that's like that. And that's not just with Black people, that's with white people as well. But white people have it more separated. With them, it's like a class thing. And that's how they'll call some white people like white trash or something, or hillbillies or rednecks. They have a way of separating themselves from people that they don't think fit with them. And not to say that all people of certain sectors is bad. Like, for example, I know some Pookie and Ray Rays. They're actually some good dudes. They will go to death for you. And if you are cool with them, they will definitely have your back. Now, in dating, I don't know how they could be in that particular thing. Is almost like if you were to date a woman that is a exotic dancer. Yes, she looks good. Yes, she might give you a good time, but is she wifey material? Is she even girlfriend material? And then still some dudes will pick that type of woman. Now, I veered a little bit off what this video is about, but I guess I just want to explain how different people are, how different both men and women are. And I just feel at this point in time that whether it's the delusion or the entitlement or just the lack of character that a lot of women have is really starting to show on social media. And some would say maybe it's a joke, maybe it's a show, but no, I'm taking that as how that person really feels, especially because there's no repercussion, not sure if I say that word right, for them stepping out of line. So, without further ado, let me start with this clip. Well, not with this clip, but with this Abbott and Preach covering right here. So, give me a second.
So there's this clip going viral online of a dozen women being asked the following question: do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no. And only one said she thought women needed a man in their lives, only one. But when men were asked a similar question, do we need women? Most of them said yes. So why do you think that is?
That's because we think the human race needs to continue.
So why do you think that is?
Because men are useless.
No, it's because you asked that question on TikTok, and half the users on TikTok are retarded. That's why. How y'all gonna say because men are useless? Meanwhile, like, you're on a set designed by men with equipment made by men, with a whole television set invented by men. Like, all this shit. Like, if you look at the production crew for this, I guarantee you 95% of them are men. All the technical stuff, vast majority of them are going to be men. But then they'll say men are useless.
I know the producer of that show is a man.
How do you know?
I know. I think I've seen him.
Brian Tedder.
That's what I'm saying, though. We are ready to demonize and like we call all these people from the red pill community crazy and they're misogynistic and they set a bad example for young men.
Because men are useless.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
That's daytime TV.
I'll say it. Misandry is acceptable on daytime television, but misogyny would never.
Absolutely.
4 or 5 guys sitting around Comedy Central talking about how women would be useless would get canned and obliterated online so quickly. It's crazy. And y'all know that's true. I remember there used to be shows like that. The Man Cave, the Man Show, and guess what? They all got taken off. Pickup artist shows got taken off. And it's okay. That's fine. You want to say they're bad for society? Okay. What is this?
And the producer is right there. And he's like, that is great TV.
Yeah.
Okay. That right there. This is why I side with the red pill community. Not that they are perfect. And they have a lot of flaws, and we have a lot of bad apples over here. But the way that I look at it as is they are the only ones that first started calling women out with this bullshit. There was no other dudes doing this. I'm not even sure if Abba and Preach would even be doing a video like this if it was not other men on the extreme talking about the bad things that women do. Now, of course, though, I don't believe in belittling people. So I would never get on here and say that all women are worthless or they're weak or they're dumb and how some red pill people would do. But I know they are doing the opposite thing, the same way like that woman said right there about men are useless. I don't know. Is she frustrated with her husband? And it's going to come out that she's still married to the man. But I guess maybe she's frustrated with the husband. She probably bosses him around. She definitely has no respect for him because she said she mentioned him on national TV. Well, in a small way later on in this thing, because I watched this whole thing first. I wanted to see what they was going to say. Now, they did take a stand, but see, this is why you have men siding with men that's going over left, calling women out and calling them bitches because of this shit right here that keeps being let go blindly in front of us. So let's get back.
Well, I mean, the producer is not just thinking about the morals. He's thinking about content, which is 2 parts, right? There's one part where whoever's in the background thought this would be a great topic anyway. It is. Why? Because we're talking about it and a bunch of other YouTubers are talking about it and it's probably popular online. It's viral, okay? So there's a content portion of this where they're just trying to basically rage baiting, and it's effective because y'all commented right now. I already know this video's gonna pop off.
Yeah.
Probably gonna hit at least 800,000 views.
Yeah.
So it's good content.
It is.
Okay.
Then you're gonna play the rest of the clip.
But here's the part 2. There's people doing this kind of shit for free on TikTok who really think this goofy ass shit.
Yeah.
And say this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, what kind of example are you guys setting for your sons? What kind of example are you setting for the young men of today where they're basically saying men are useless?
And some of y'all are gonna call this empowerment.
Do you think that is?
Because men are useless. I mean, and by the way, I want to differentiate between straight men and gay men because I think I would die without gay men. Nobody can gossip like gay men. Nobody can help you accessorize like.
Oh my God! I said I was gonna let this
Wow.
shit play, but the amount, this is what them right wingers talk about when they say wokeness. This is actually woke garbage.
Yes.
Men are useless, but not the gay ones. I would never, ever say anything bad about the LGBTQ community because they're on the bottom layer. And all the people who are straight and cisgendered are all oppressing the people on the bottom layer. And that's just how society functions. There's layers of oppression. And through intersectionality, I could recognize that gay men are very much different than straight. Shut the up with this corny shit. I hate using the word woke. In fact, on this channel, I pretty much never use it because most of the time when I use it, it makes me cringe. This is that. This is nonsense. You couldn't live life without gay men? Bitch, where do you live? How do you not function without gay dudes, but then you think you function without straight men? Every time you have a problem, you got a plumber, you got a whatever it is, you're not calling no gay dude. Stop the cap. Other than your hairstylist, most gay dudes are probably not interacting with you on a professional level. Man, shut the f up.
All the things that you do, probably the fillers and the boob job and all of that you've got was perfected by those men. It was done by men.
Yes.
So all those things, the people that are working on the canvas for the gay people to apply the makeup on is men. It's a collaboration of both. One is not better than the other. It's just that. You're not like suddenly woke or great because you're bashing one versus the other.
Bro,
you're not good.
It feels like 2016 again.
And nobody can gossip like gay men. Nobody can help you accessorize like gay men. Nobody can help you keep you from doing harm to yourself like gay men. But with the exception of somebody like Steve, I think Steve is very self-sufficient.
That's Joy's husband.
But like my husband, it takes a village of women to make sure that he's not emaciated, starving, and living in his own filth. He can,
Yeah.
But you guys, but I feel you guys are married to people that are more.
I have hand.
Who is this woman? If she's married to a rich dude, let me find the View cast. Let me see this.
If she is married to some rich dude,
Ana Navarro. She sounds like an Ana Navarro.
She does.
Al Sadenas. Now look. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Al Cardenas.
That sounds rich as fuck.
American lawyer and lobbyist. Oh my God. Politician, conservative activist who is a partner in the law firm of Squire Patton Boggs and the advocacy. Oh my days. Let me look up this man's net worth. Let me find out.
He has been named as one of the
$3 million.
top lobbyists by the Hill newspaper.
So she married a fucking millionaire talking about, oh my God, he's so useless.
My husband, it takes a village of women to make sure that he's not emaciated, starving, and living in his own filth. He can,
Yeah.
But you guys, I feel you guys are married to people that are more.
I have hand.
Okay, let me come in right there. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why now I don't believe a lot of stuff that women say, because what she's saying right there, and the fact that they pointed out, because when women used to talk and say something, a story that was going on, that they was being abused. Now, of course, though, if I see bruises, I understand. But she's talking bad about that dude that she's still with, and she's leaving stuff out. Because I know my ex did that. My ex-wife did that. She left stuff out. Because if you tell the whole story, it's going to look different. That's why, because I really did not like that done to me. When I'm telling a particular issue that I had with somebody, I'm also going to say what I did. So anyway, getting back, she said a village of women. So obviously he must have maids and people and butlers that clean up after him. So maybe in that way he is lazy. But however, he's worth $3 million being a politician and lawyer. She neglected to say that, and she would not be with that guy. But see how that woman, she has no respect for that man. She just went on national TV and just threw him right under the bus and just straight pissed on him, basically. Now, if he was to get upset and be like, you know what, I'm going to divorce you, she's taking half. And see, this is why, once again, it comes back around, no strings, because once a woman has leverage, especially here in the US, if a woman already feels like this about men, and this is why you women that be posting stuff like, I don't need a man and that type of stuff, if you are saying, I am fully capable of taking care of myself, or saying it in a way that you are not pitting down somebody else or leaving that out or something, that maybe somebody else is helping you, but yet you want to put out to the world that you do everything yourself or something. If you're doing that, then you are wrong. Because if he was doing that right there, he would be wrong. But see, women in that case, they don't care. They'll, a lot of them, and I'm sorry, I'm going to generalize on this one right here. I believe at least 90% of women, as long as they are happy, as long as everything's going their way, they don't care. Because when that woman say those things in there, whether the one saying that men are useless or the other one that say that if a man was saying that right there, then women would lose their wig and would be all calling up the TV station trying to get him fired. And every woman would say, if a man say that about his woman, that she should divorce him. But see, a man, even with her doing that right there, is it worth leaving her and losing half your shit when she disrespected you? And this is the power that women acquire once they get in marriage with a man. Unless if you have the ability to just leave her in the dirt and she cannot recover, well, not recover, I mean, she cannot just weasel her way back in or leave with walking money after doing you wrong, then I would say, yes, get married. But because of that, that means you have to marry a woman, as a lot of them are saying, that is submissive, or and all that other stuff that men are saying. I don't really like that word. I prefer to use cooperative. But if she's not cooperating, she wants to be the boss babe, she wants to boss me around, she wants to talk bad about me in front of her friends and on national TV, I should be able to freely leave that woman, and I don't care if she hurt my feelings. Basically, she embarrassed me, and I'm supposed to just take it. That right there is fucking abuse. That is abuse. Because if a man was doing it, it would be abuse too. See, and once again, this is why I rock with the red pill dude. I don't go with a lot of stuff that they are saying, but them stopping this particular shit that women are doing, I totally agree with. So let's get to wrapping this up.
I have Handy Manny at home. He fixes everything when things go bump.
He's a handy manny. Listen, let me tell you guys something. All these standing right here at this table right now, none of them cook their own meals. They don't clean their own houses. They all got nannies. They all got cleaning services. They all do that, okay? If you've been in Hollywood long enough, you know none of these women are doing none of this shit when they're on television half the time. That's cap. They talking about these dudes is useless. Man, you hire women to do your labor because you operate in the world like a man.
Everything when things go bump in the night, he's the one that goes downstairs. When there's a bug to be exterminated, he does the extermination. When there is something to be fixed, he fixes it. He throws out the trash and he throws out the recyclables. I enjoy all the man stuff.
So wait a second. I know what you're going to say, but wait. She's really talking about a servant. Let's face it. No, it's a handyman she's talking about.
It's a handyman.
And so what's wrong with a handyman? Well, because when you need to get your shit, when you need to get your shit fixed, you call the handyman, which is a man. Because he's a man, we're just gonna put him aside.
But hold up, the stuff that you guys are talking about is cooking and cleaning. Isn't that a servant's job too?
Yo, get the fuck out of here.
Manny. Oh, it's a handyman with benefits.
We do not. Well, but the things that you're describing, you could pay somebody to do that. We're not talking about that.
Yo, the argument is horrid.
And the things that women do, we can't hire somebody for?
The argument is horrid.
Man, you do hire women to do that shit.
Yes.
That. What about the inner life of a man? That's what this is about.
I need my man 3 to 4 times a week. Good for you guys. And then the rest of the time, I need a wife. Because I've always said that.
Everyone needs a wife.
No, I tease Vicky.
Okay.
Wait, stop. So she just essentially went on TV and said, I need my man for his dick 3 times. Do you guys really think men can get up here and say, my wife is just a whole lot every now and then? Bro, the level of disgust that these people are displaying is crazy.
My producer in the morning, I was like, if you'd like to join Max and I, not in that way, but like Vicky and I could kill it as a household runners. Like we would be laughing, giggling, doing all the things, and Max would be so psyched I was wasting all my words somewhere else.
I'm so lonely. That's how it would end up.
Listen.
Okay, listen. This man versus woman shit is getting old and tired.
Bruh.
Old, tired. Don't listen.
You know what would happen? These women would live together and drive each other crazy. You know how I know? I'll tell you how I know this is true. That 2 women living together is just not always going to work out. Because lesbians break up.
Right? So it would be a perfect combo. And the other day, Caleb said to me, this is my youngest son, he said, Mama, I want a spare mom. And I didn't know what he meant. And he's like, he said, Genevieve has a spare mom. And I realized the parents were divorced.
Nanny?
No, divorced. An extra mom, like 2 moms. And so I asked him, because at first I was a little wounded. I was like, what am I not doing? You know, and he's like, no, I just think at bedtime, you always have to pay attention to the other kids too. And if we had a spare mom, dad, and you could, you know, then you just get to focus on me. And it was so sweet. He didn't ask for a spare dad, by the way. He asked for a spare mom.
I took this totally differently in how I prepped because broadly speaking, I feel like men have proven largely useless. Like I think in the political moment, the people who
Years on that.
Guys, don't hold saying what needs to be said in my party. It's all women. The very few men, with the exception of Mike Pence and a few others, are saying what they need to. But in life, like I need my husband. I don't know if I need any other men, but he is irreplaceable.
Yeah, I think so.
But that's what we're all saying. We like our husbands. We just don't need men beyond that.
Wait till you're married 20 years and you'll see how replaceable
Well, the
they
reason
are.
that women, I think that the reason women can stay married for as long as they do is because they have a lot of girlfriends. They have a village. They have girlfriends. Because I always have to initiate the conversations. He'll step up, but I have to
thought you were going to say
start
initiate.
them.
I just told you guys, I have 8 girlfriends from Panama here who are girlfriends for 50 years since they were in kindergarten.
Oh, I love that.
And they were saying yesterday that they've gone through divorces, they've gone through challenges, and having that village of women has made it possible.
Well, we
for
are
them.
more collaborative than men. I think there have been studies that say that women have much closer friendship relationships than men do.
Because
I think we have to make a difference, differentiate gay men.
No, gay men are
in their own category.
Yeah, but we're not married to gay men, okay?
Oh.
But women have conversations about their feelings. Men talk about
It's
sports,
socializing,
cars, all that stuff.
I don't know. My husband talks about his feelings with his
Maybe he's
friends.
gay.
Oh my God!
To be fair, that's funny.
That's funny. Still, let's just
I'll give it to her. I'm not even gonna go
Let's just disregard all that shit. Yeah, no, trying to put a valid
It was a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke. Absolutely, it's not the fact that it was a joke. It was the accumulation of all that. You know what I mean? Every time she was speaking, she got dismissed. Yeah, the last one was a little funny one. That's funny. Gay! That's funny. But still,
it was the timing of it. Though.
But still, it's just the accumulation of every time she was speaking, she's been dismissed. When she's trying to bring a little bit of balance, it's like, no, that's not the agenda. The agenda right now is to hate men.
I just think this. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and just whine about this shit because like it's normal. I've seen this since I was forever. But I'll say this: I just think it sets a bad example. Like, what are you guys saying to young men nowadays? You know, you guys want to say, "Hey guys, it's better if you guys are a bit more emotional." Sure. Saying stuff like men are useless, men are trash. Like, bro, it's the same as these dudes be out here like, "Yo, women are bitches," and you guys are like, "Oh my God, misogyny." Sure. What do you think you're doing? What kind of messaging are you sending to the world? You know, men already feel like. Oftentimes ostracized from society from a schooling standpoint, from a relationship standpoint, from a dating standpoint, and then there's messaging like this on television. What signal are you guys send? You know, I'm always very careful. At least I think I try to be to not say like, "Oh, women are useless," and women are. But there's people who do say stuff like that, and I always think it's bad, right? Because I don't want my audience or the young women watching to start internalizing that because I know how it fucks with their head. Do you guys not think about that shit?
Nope.
It just seems a bit irresponsible. That's all I think. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. That was a pain getting all that because of the damn ads. Yeah, I agree with Abba and Preach here. Definitely. And I thought that phone was off. Yeah, those women were like out of control. And the thing that I don't like about, like, okay, with my podcast right here, when I went into this, I wanted to do it my way of pointing out the things that I see women do wrong. But at the same time, I know a lot of women. I don't think a lot of dudes that's on that does those types of podcasts, especially in the red pill community, knows a lot of women that they are cool with. And no, I'm not best friends with them. No, I'm not smashing them, but they are associates that either I work with or either I took pictures of and we stayed in contact or something. I think of them when I'm making these videos that I'm going to keep it real, but I'm not going to act like I'm not cool, that I don't like women. I'm not saying to be politically correct. I'm saying it because that is my reality. It's the same thing of with white people. I had bad experiences with white people, but I'm not going to come on here and say, "Oh, you are racist and all you do this and that," because I've had a lot of white people do some really nice things to me, for me. Like, I had a family, actually 2 families, that took me out to dinner because they enjoy the pictures I took and the moments I caught. And yeah, they invite me to their family thing. And it was 2 families that did that. It was some other families that I had like a little short time with too. Now, I have to say, I haven't really had black families do that to me, but that's neither here nor there. Because of those experiences right there, just because I had some bad experiences with white people, I can't overlook what those people have done. So because of those women that were cool to me, that were nice to me, that was warm to me, I'm not going to go all in and start calling all women bitches or something, because that's not my reality. Now, some people, that might be how your life is shaping up. I'm not sure. Maybe is your environment or the people that you're around or something. I know sometimes that can be a thing, but I moved around a bit and I happen to meet like a lot of people. That being said, even though I know a lot of cool women, at the same time, I cannot ignore all this stuff that's being said online and how a lot of women look the other way. That I've been around women that when they get in a group and they talk about their boyfriends or husbands or something, and I just happen to be, well, this could be at like work or something where I'm like filing something or doing inventory, and they are over there just talking in the break room to the manager or something, which is a woman, and I can hear them mostly going in on all they men and saying what man is cute and how this man is whatever. So because I know a lot of women do that type of stuff, even though I have love for women, I can't ignore how a lot of you can be when a person really gets to know you. And that's the thing that scares me. If I was to get married again or even get in a serious relationship, I mean, that goes with women in general, but especially women here, because I think a lot of you, either you may, the same way this woman has the bravery to say that type of thing right there, a lot of you may think like this. And that's going to come back to affect me someday in the future. So if we are in a relationship, I'll use this analogy because I know I'm ping-ponging around right here. I'm trying to make a point. There are guy friends that I have that we are cool. We play video games, we play sports, but I could not live with them because maybe they're slightly irresponsible. Maybe they don't clean up after themselves in the bathroom or the kitchen. So they're cool individuals. We get along with each other. But if we was to live together, it would be a problem because I would see certain things in them that's inconsiderate and it would piss me off. I think with a lot of women that are in the West, and I'm in the United States, a lot of them have that dynamic right there. You can hang out, have a good time, go on dates, fun. But if you have a kid or you move in with them, you get seriously committed with them, you're going to see another side of them that you may not like. And even though I know people are not perfect, I do not want to be messed. I do not want to give my time, my commitment, my soul, my heart to a woman that thinks like those women that's on that panel right there. Even though one was trying to play the middle field and say that she does need her husband or something, but still it was a mini man bash-a-thon. And I'm just tired of dealing with that with women in general. So there are lots of women that I used to have little crushes on, but just by seeing some of the things that they have posted or things that I heard them say, even if it wasn't directed at me, it just totally turned me off. So that's all I want to say here for men. Like, really concentrate on your money, your health, and really consider, well, actually, though, you know what? I don't want everybody taking that thing of moving out and dating abroad, because I know there's a lot of bad dudes here too. So I don't want them going out there and fucking it up for all of us. But if you are a decent guy, a hardworking guy, a guy that has like a good heart, that tries to do the right thing, and you are just being pissed on by women like this that take you for granted and have no respect for you, fuck them. And actually, you know what? I'm going to make a video of a solution to something. And also, see my last video where I was, I went over a video by International Passport where he was talking about his dating experiences in the UK. So give me a like, subscribe, have a good day. And that is all.
As women, we are selfish, we are self-centered, and we are manipulative. And here's the thing, we want our husband to have boundaries. We want them to follow the boundaries. But as soon as we're asked to be held accountable to those boundaries, we want to do what we want. We hold the double standard. You need to follow this boundary, but I don't have to. And what I've learned about myself as a woman and working with other women, we are not good at keeping our word and following through with our word. We lack integrity and we lack character with ourselves. Think about it. For the women watching and who are open to hearing my message, think about how poorly we keep our word to ourselves when we say we are going to do something, when we say we're going to change something in our lives or we're going to do something differently. We don't keep our word to ourselves. We're the first person to break our own promises to. So how are we supposed to follow through with our husbands or a partner to keep our word to them?